In this video, we are going to be taking you step by step how to build a sales funnel. This is an entire mini course where you're going to see behind the scenes of real live funnels, case studies, statistics, our own funnels, revenue generated, best types of funnels to run, best practices. We're going to be actually sharing with you guys where you should be clicking to set up your funnel. We're going to give you guys an example of, again, battle-tested funnels in real time, the statistics behind them, why they did well, messaging, sales copy, best practices, free and paid workshop funnels. So whether you want to run a free workshop or webinar, or whether you have a paid digital course, you're asking for money for people to have access, we'll walk you through those funnels. Again, step by step, how to set up these funnels. And we are going to give you two options of funnel building softwares. Popular one, of course, is GoHighLevel. That is paid $97 a month, but there's also System.io that is free. It is a competitor to GoHighLevel. That is an option for you as well. We'll be looking at the 80-20 rule of optimizing conversions through your funnel. So whenever I have a funnel that is not converting at the percentage that I desire, this is the one thing I look at first, the one thing I make an upgrade to and test to see if we can get higher sales as the result. So we'll be looking at that. Thank you page secrets to increase show-up rates or otherwise course completion rates. That one is critical. Setting up automations, tags, really cool things. Emails to have inside of your system here, depending on which type of funnel you're running for a digital course or otherwise for some type of workshop, webinar, and then how to maximize sales after a live training. So let's waste no time, guys. Dive right in. Step one, funnel planning. We're not going to go too much into this in depth, but you should know, are you looking to run a workshop or are you looking to sell a digital product as a standalone? All right, that's going to determine what type of funnel that you actually build. Really important piece here is actually target audience analysis. We're not going to go into that a whole ton. Jump on over to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT who you are, what you do, who you help, and ask it for the pain points of that target audience and what their desires are, what they actually want. That can help you with your messaging and also even product creation, workshop creation around topics for your workshop. All right. And so let's talk about the two main software options. All right. I have played with both of them. We have been using GoHighLevel for years. We switched over from ClickFunnels many years ago. They just are an all-in-one resource. Development is outstanding. They are $97 a month, but they offer you the most functionality. We've been able to get rid of like 7 or 8 other softwares, and now GoHighLevel just does it all for us at $97 a month. So it does replace all other tools. There's also a massive community there, so there's plenty of additional training for that software. A competitor option for you, if you need something that is free in terms of a funnel building software, would be System.io. We have clients that prefer System.io for its simplicity. So it will have less features than GoHighLevel, but it will be easier for you if you're non-technical and if you're a beginner and you're not trying to do anything overly fancy and awesome and complicated. All right, so choose your software. And again, this is going to be a longer video here, guys. We have some bonuses for you along the way, plenty of case studies to come. And so feel free to speed the video up, slow it down, jump to the section that you need. This was a requested video in terms of just a comprehensive step-by-step overview of a proven to convert sales funnel. So that's what we're doing here. And so we're going to move forward in this demo with using GoHighLevel. All right. And so first things first, go ahead, set up your GoHighLevel account if you haven't done so already. And they do offer I believe it's a free 2-week trial. There's a nice onboarding process there for you to enter in all the details about your business and upload logos, kind of set the brand color scheme for GoHighLevel. So that's kind of step one, is just make sure you have the account set up so that we can move forward into this part, which is the fun part, which is the funnel creation. All right. And so I'm going to take you through the funnel creation process, where to click, what to do step by step. And we're going to begin doing that right now. Now, before we dive into that, it's really important that we all understand the different types of funnel pages. There are a lot of potential funnel pages. And if you're selling a digital product or course or looking to run a workshop, you don't need all of them. All right. So traditionally, you guys have heard of a squeeze page, email opt-in page, also known as a landing page. You have the thank you page after somebody does opt in or purchase. If you're selling a digital product or course, you have a sales page with all the details of your course. You might even have a checkout page. If you're looking to book sales calls, you have a booking page where people actually book a sales call with you. A lot of different funnel pages, which can make things overly complicated for you if you are a little bit newer and are looking to do something simpler. So let me introduce you to my favorite funnel. It is a simple 3-step funnel. It's my favorite because it's simple, it's fast to create, and you'll see in a moment from our statistics that it converts. It's converted for us for years and years. We have been running live workshops for over 3 years. It is my favorite way to sign clients. And so we'll break this down for you, but a 3-step funnel is what we recommend for your first funnel. All right, now if you're more experienced with tech or you've been building funnels and cool things, web pages for a while, you might decide to get fancier. But let me share with you why I love this simple 3-step funnel. Is page 1 is the registration page. So if you're running a workshop or a webinar, you need a page where people get details and benefits of why they should register for the workshop. This is also where you collect their name, email, maybe even telephone number, the registration page. After somebody registers for your workshop, they're going to move on over to the thank you page. This is the confirmation that they are registered for the workshop. We'll be talking about best practices on a thank you page as well. But real quickly, I'll give you this tip. Make sure that you reconfirm to them the date and the time of a live webinar or a live workshop. I registered for a workshop earlier this week, and I got to the thank you page, and it just said, congrats, you are registered. I forgot what the date and time was of the thing that I actually registered for. Thank you page needs to confirm the critical details that were on the registration page. All right, we'll be talking about thank you page conversion. Now, really, this is all you need to get up and running with your webinar or your workshop. A registration page where you collect details. We'll be talking about the 2-step registration form that I'm a big fan of. And then the thank you page that confirms someone has registered. The 3rd page is optional, but will increase conversions for you after a workshop, live training, or webinar or masterclass. That is a replay page. The replay page is invisible in the funnel. It is only, the only people who get access to the replay page are those who registered for your workshop. The replay page sounds as it is. It's going to have a replay of your workshop. Big video right here. That is the replay. So people can watch it that couldn't attend live, or maybe they want to go back and hear your offer. And under the replay is always a big button that says buy now. All right. So you send traffic to the replay page. People go to watch it. They see the buy now button. Buy now button, right, takes them to where they could purchase your main product or service. But this is the 3-step workshop funnel. It also doubles as a 3-step digital product funnel. Again, we can run through this, but if you're not running a live training, maybe you just have a standalone low-ticket, mid-ticket product or course, the registration page can simply become the sales page for your digital product. The flow is very similar. After somebody buys your digital product, they're going to go to the thank you page. Hey, confirmation, congrats, you bought the product, and right, it'll say, check your email for access to our course. Of course, they'll get an email, and what will be delivered is product access, which would essentially be the 3rd step. This is my favorite type of funnel. Let's take a peek at why, and then we're going to get into step-by-step, where to click, how to set this up, all the cool things. This is an AI workshop funnel that we ran just about a year ago, and it was a paid workshop. The cost to register, we can see here, was $27. I was in a rush to put this together, so there was no order bumps and no upsells. All right, I'm going to go back to our funnel overview for a moment, because one thing in terms of speed to get your funnel live is I prefer an order bump. So we'll be talking about that. Somebody can pay on the registration page here. They can pay $27. And there's going to be an extra little section that says, hey, would you like to upgrade your popcorn to King Supersize for 45 cents more, right? It's the movie theater upsell. It's when somebody's making the purchase, do you want to upgrade that, upgrade what you're buying? So I prefer an order bump here, because then I don't have to build a 2nd, 3rd, 4th page in the funnel, which would be your upsells, downsells, cross sells, etc. Now, if you do have the time to plan this funnel a little bit more in advance, then yes, upsells, downsells, all those cool things that would happen after somebody registers, right? And on the occasion we do these, so you'd have OTO1, and based on whether they buy that, they might get OTO2. This will absolutely increase order value. We did this with a client recently and it crushed. All right, but that's a little bit more complicated funnel. In this video, we're looking to help you step by step just get your first ever functioning, high converting sales page funnel live so that you can start generating revenue and cash flow. And then you can go back in once you're generating sales and add upsells, downsells, and other cool things if you so choose. But this funnel, I had to get it up very quickly. It was just, there was no upsells, no bumps, $27. All right, we had 52 people purchase. So front end revenue for me to host this workshop was $1,400 cash collected just for me to host it. Of course, I did have an upsell from the workshop, and we'll talk about back end sales. But this conversion rate on this funnel, 13%, which I really like those numbers. Imagine that 13% of people pull out their credit card, are willing to go find their wallet and make a purchase and say, yes, I want to attend this live event. And so even if nobody was going to buy anything from the workshop, just for me hosting a single day workshop, I think it was 2 or 3 hours, was $1,400 cash collected, 13% conversion rate, 52 total orders, and this required traffic volume of just under 400 people to produce these types of numbers. If you're trying to do some funnel math in your head around, okay, how much traffic am I going to need to produce something of the sorts? Think in terms of a couple hundred unique individuals. All right, but we can see, looking at the stats, it's a 3-step funnel. This is the registration page, this is the thank you page, and then we have the replay page. Now, I'm inside GoHighLevel here. Let me go ahead and move this around so you all can see a little bit better. I'm going to shrink this. All right, so on the left-hand side, all right, this is what you want to do is when you log into your GoHighLevel account, you're going to want to find your sub-account. That's what it's referred to, but this is going to represent your digital course business, your consulting service, etc. And once you're in here, you have all these tabs on the left, but what we are clicking on is sites, all right, and funnels at the top. So this stands for websites and funnels. And this particular funnel is called our AI funnel, but I can click on steps. All right, and now we can start to look at the steps in this funnel. So we were just looking at the stats of the funnel, how it performed after the fact, but we can see the same 3 steps here. This is the opt-in or the registration page, thank you for registering, and replay page. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and open this page so that we can take a look at what does this page actually look like. This is your registration page for your workshop, webinar, masterclass. Otherwise, this can be the sales page for your program or course, digital course. Let's talk about what's happening here. All right, quick logo I made in Canva. Do recommend that. First impressions, I believe, are critical, and people are going to look at a sales page or a funnel and make an impression in their head about what is the quality going to be of your digital product behind that, or otherwise your workshop. So I do 2 minutes in Canva to make a little graphic to go with the title of the workshop. All right, then benefit-driven headline. All right, and generally speaking, this is a 3 to 4 minute video. Because this workshop is completed, we got rid of the video. But 3 to 4 minute video where you introduce yourself. You say, hey, this is what's happening. This is a workshop. This is a digital course. Here's who it's for. Here are the benefits. Here's what you're going to get. Here's a sneak peek. And most importantly, here are the most common questions we get and the answers to them. Are there going to be replays? Does this work for beginners? Do I get instant access? All of those questions you want to answer in a quick video. Notice the format here as well. And by the way, here's a quick early bonus for all of you out there, which is beneath this video. If you guys want this funnel template because you're using GoHighLevel, I will drop off that link and you can import it right into your GHL account. All right, but really important, if you're recreating this in System.io or another funnel building platform, maybe even you're building it on WordPress, make sure you notice the formatting here. All right, all of this has been tested. It's headline on a wide row, all right? And then it goes into 2 columns here. That is important because when this is reformatted on mobile, we want the headline, the video, the offer, and then how they actually go ahead and pay or register, convert. All right, so what always ends up happening when you have 2 or more columns in a section on a funnel builder, it's always going to stack left to right on mobile. So this is 2 columns. All of this on the right-hand side is going to stack underneath this column on the left. So you design what's in your columns based on what you want to have come first. We wanted the video to come first here on the left, and we wanted this information to come first on the left before this. So we made sure that all of that was on the left-hand column. These are just design tricks that make a difference with conversions. All right. So this is what the page looks like. We'll break this down more in a little bit in terms of copy and details and so forth. But essentially, what we're having to do is sell the methodology, the benefits of why you would want this digital course or why you should attend this workshop. So here's an immediate copywriting tip for all of you when you actually create copy for a sales page, funnel, website, doesn't really matter, is again, formatting matters a lot. In particular, I love using bullet points when it comes to demonstrating the benefits of the product or service. All right, people do skim web pages and especially sales pages, and they're reading headline to headline. All right, so you'll notice even the colors change. All right, because I want people's eyes to go to this. I know they're already thinking this. What is this workshop about? All right, and so we're going to explain what it's about. And I know an objection is I'm not good with tech, and I don't think I need AI. And so real quickly, well, the truth is my mom is using AI now. A lot of folks are using it at all different ages. So it is learnable, right? But here is what you're going to get coming from this workshop. Here are the benefits, all right? We'll go through, again, more details of this particular page and so forth, but this is the registration page for the workshop, all right? All these sections, optional if you include them. It will increase conversions when you have a thorough page. You don't want it to be just too short and flimsy. There is an exception to that. All right, and here's the exception. You can have a very, very short, simple 2 or 3 section registration page if the offer is free. So if you're doing a free workshop, masterclass, funnel, opt-in, it can literally be headline, sub-headline, and then opt-in. And as long as you have a strong enough headline and you're driving the right targeted traffic, people will convert. If you are asking for money, you tend to need some more details on that particular page. All right, so that is the registration page. And as a reminder, when we look at the 1,000-foot overview of the sales funnel, we have 3 steps. We have registration page as step 1. We just looked at that. Now we're going to look at the thank you page for this workshop as well. And the 3rd page would be the replay page of the workshop, or otherwise product access if you have a digital product program and or course. All right, so on the left, you can always toggle between the different pages of your website. All right, and so that's fairly simple and straightforward to understand here in GoHighLevel, but I'm going to click on the thank you page next, and we're going to take a peek at what this looks like. All right, so we're over here at the thank you page. Again, I like the logo there front and center, reminding people what is this about. And confirmation, hey, you've registered for the workshop. Here are next steps. All right, now, this is really important. The thank you page is one of the most valuable, underestimated pages in a funnel because at this point in time, if anybody is going to make it to the thank you page, they are interested in your product or service to a degree. And it would be goofy for us, I'll put it like that. It would be absolutely ridiculously goofy for on the thank you page for you to not help your audience continue some type of journey with you. All right, so we always have a button on our thank you page that is giving the next set of instructions. Follow us on Instagram, join our Facebook group, hop on board our school community, check out this YouTube video, something else, because you want to continue while you have their momentum, their attention, and that's the most valuable asset on the internet, attention. Really hard to get somebody's attention than to keep their attention. If you have their attention, really important that you move them along before they get busy, before they get a notification on their phone and they forget what they're doing and they bounce away. So continue to send them somewhere else where they can get more trainings value from you prior to the workshop. This we have seen increases likelihood that they attend the workshop live. Then this is the critical piece, right? Remind your audience when your workshop is, the dates and the times, all right? Because I promise you, they have already where you put these dates, this time of this workshop in their calendar. If it's a digital product, this is where you say, hey, go visit your email to get the login link to your new digital product or course. But we have several buttons on the page that say, hey, remember to mark your calendar so you make it to the workshop, and then otherwise hop on board our community because we have other trainings in there. So we move them along the journey, all right? And so that's the thank you page. And then we'll look at the replay page, and then we're going to take you step by step through the designer in terms of where to click and how to integrate this, how to create what's called a workflow, which is an automation sequence that fires once somebody purchases or otherwise registers for your actual workshop. But the replay page, fairly simple, headline, video, button to buy. So the headline matches the headline of the registration page because it's literally just a replay of the live workshop. All right, and so you do not have to rewrite this page. Then we're going to have the replay if there was multiple day workshop, or if you decide to chop up your workshop, then you can have videos stacked like this. All right, bonus tip for all the funnel builders out there. If you run a workshop that is long, 2 hours, 3 hours or longer, highly recommend you have 2 videos on this page. First video is the actual replay of the training. Second video is a replay of just you making the pitch and the offer, because there will be a lot of people that attended the workshop. They just want to rehear your pitch to get details, but they don't want to have to scour the replay of your training to find the actual pitch and offer part. The other thing that is wildly fascinating and interesting to me is this has happened to us so many, like countless times, dozens and dozens of times. We've had people register for our workshop, not attend the workshop, all right, and then not watch the replay of the workshop and buy our offer. So that is important for all of you guys to know. And this is why oftentimes we break apart our offer from the actual replay of the core training. Some people just go, you know what, if it's a cool offer, I'm buying. I don't need to see the replay of a workshop. You want to make it easy for them to rehear your offer and then to decide to click and buy. Then down here, it's a quick summary of, hey, what we're doing. Do you want to learn about our core offer? This would take them over to where they can book a sales call with you if you're selling high ticket, or otherwise, you know, it would take them to where they can actually sign up to your paid program or service of the sorts. So that is the replay page for you there. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to move into how do we navigate this entire dashboard, buttons and features and things of where to click around. So I'm going to pause for a moment, and then we're going to go step by step how to connect this funnel and build it out top to bottom. All right, and it's time for us step by step now to build your actual funnel in GoHighLevel. And I'm going to share with you the elements that must be included in your funnel, not only for conversions, but for it to actually function properly. All right, now if you decide to import our template, which is in the description, or if you decide to use maybe somebody else's template that you find online, really important that you open a new tab and you paste in their funnel link simultaneously while you are logged into GoHighLevel. So log into GoHighLevel, open a new tab, paste in that funnel link. That will start the import for you properly. A lot of people struggle to import a funnel. But again, what you want to do is on the left-hand side, click on sites, and then there's different tabs here at the top. You want to click on funnels, all right? Then we're going to click on new funnel. Now you have options. You can start from blank, that will take you longer, or you can start from an actual template. All right. In this example, what I'm going to do for the sake of speed is I'm going to go into one of the folders that we have, and you'll see we have a ton of funnels, and these are folders for us to categorize different funnels. But this particular folder called mini workshops, these are all of our different funnels, a ton of them. And so what we were just looking at was the AI funnel. All right, now if I were to import this funnel, these steps would already be in here. If you guys decide to import this funnel into your GoHighLevel, these steps will already be in here. The first funnel step is AI made easy. All right, so maybe you're not running an AI funnel though. You're like, Dino, this isn't the name of my funnel, artificial intelligence. I'm in a different space. Click on settings, and settings here is where you can name your actual funnel. All right, if you have Facebook ad tracking code, you'd place that in here. Really important for you to understand, anytime you make updates anywhere in GoHighLevel, there's always a save button. Always hit save. So bottom right, there's blue save. If you were to change the funnel name, make sure you hit save. Otherwise, those saves will not happen. That's important for you to understand. Also, later in this training, we will come back, but right here is where you select to add it to your website or a domain. All right, if you don't have your domain connected to your GoHighLevel account, just follow the steps to add or edit domains right there. All right, but that's how you change the name of your funnel. We're going to come back to steps. Very first step is the opt-in. All right, if we wanted to change the name of this opt-in, we're going to click on the right under publishing, and we could change the name here. All right, so maybe we just want to call this opt-in in this example, and I would do that and push update. All right, there's always, again, that update button, or there's always a save button for you to go ahead and make those actual changes. All right, so now we just updated the name. And we're going to click on edit because we want to actually edit this particular funnel page. Now with GoHighLevel and most of these funnel building softwares today, it's all drag and drop easy. They're all just slightly different. All right, but if you wanted to change this logo, you would click here because this is indeed an image. And on the right-hand side, you'd scroll down, and here's where you can upload a replacement image. You can change the width and height and all those different things, right? Click on the text, and you can actually go ahead and edit what the text says, all right? Here's what's really important when we talk about functionality for your funnel. The first thing you're going to want to build, all right, is your opt-in or your registration. Now, this works for free funnels where maybe you have a free workshop registration, free webinar registration, or you're selling a digital product. You're still going to need a form. The difference is a form in GoHighLevel, it coincides with a free opt-in, all right, and a checkout, two-step checkout coincides with you're collecting payment. So this is called a two-step order form. This is the first step, but as soon as somebody submits their info and clicks go to step 2, well, it will literally take them to credit card information. So I can just make things up here. Mark Jones, mark@gmail.com, and okay, so let's just say those are step 1. All of a sudden, here, it's going to open up payment details. And this workshop, remember, we were charging $27 for this. And so now all of a sudden you actually have this order form. All right, so on the actual funnel page, if I were to go ahead and let's just say I wanted to add a new order form, you can always click the orange button if you want to add a new element. And so in this example, I'm searching for order form, and you can do a one-step order form because maybe you're like, I hate two-step order forms. That's fine. You can do a one-step order form or a two-step, all right? But I'll go ahead and install a one-step order form just so you guys can see what that looks like. And then we have a second order form, which would be redundant. Do not have two order forms. I'm just showing you the difference between a two-step order form, and right beneath it is a one-step. But once you are clicked onto your order form, you can decide what information you capture. So company name, we never ask for company name. So if I'm clicked on this order form, I can click on the right-hand side is where you change any of the details about the element you're playing with. And I might say, yeah, we want to enable terms and conditions because we want them to agree to that. I want to turn off coupon codes. All right, I'm sharing with you where all the cool functionality is. Maybe you do want coupon codes, in which case you would leave that on. But I am going to scroll up, and I am going to say, what do we want? Do we want to show company name? This drop down, I'm going to say hide company name, and now it disappears. Also, I might say, you know what? I'm not trying to collect phone numbers, hide phone numbers. Let's just grab name, email, grab their credit card information. Or maybe we're not shipping anything, right? This shipping's only if you plan to send something physical product. So this here says show shipping. We say hide shipping. We don't need that. We just need their name, email, maybe phone number, and then they're going to submit their credit card information here. That's all we would need. Again, remember to always click save in the top right and then publish. All right, that's how you're going to play around with particular elements. Because this was an example, I'm going to delete this order form. You only should have one order form per page. That's an important note. All right. One order form per page. If you have multiple order forms per page, like, the system's going to get confused. Instead, what happens is we have decided to place this order form right at the top. That means what happens when somebody scrolls down the page? Well, we want to have buttons, right, that are going to send them to the actual order form per se. So at any point in time, right here, it says click to access now. This is going to scroll them back up to our order form. Let me share with you how to decide where your buttons take somebody on a GoHighLevel sales funnel page. If I click here, all right, and I scroll down, here are the button actions. So in other words, what happens when somebody clicks on this button? And you have a bunch of different options in terms of what's going to take place. But if you have on an order form page or a registration page, you want to choose scroll to element. All right, and then it's going to ask you right here, which element do you want them to scroll to? And I'm going to say, I'm going to go ahead and hover over these until I find the element. We're almost there. Oh, there it is. So this one, 2-column row, or maybe I want, let's see, progress bar, subheadline, image, second column. That's what I want. So now, when somebody clicks that green button halfway down the page, it's going to scroll them right back up here. All right, and again, the concept is that we need call to action buttons up and down the page, but you only want to have one checkout cart. This is the cart where they make payment with their credit card. But if somebody has seen enough information and they're sold on this, attending this workshop, and they go, yeah, I want to go, let me access it, they're going to click, and it's going to take them right back up to where they can make payment. So important for you to understand those GoHighLevel elements in terms of how buttons can link to specific areas of the page. Normally, a button's a call to action. You want it to link to where they're actually going to make payment. All right, let's continue on. If you do use a two-step order form, it's important for you to display what the price is prior to somebody filling this out. Now, again, there's a lot of debate in the industry about this because you might think I'll get more completions if somebody does step one and then magically they discover that the price is $2 million. Maybe they'll actually pay for it. Generally speaking, that's not how it works. You want to let them know before what the actual price is. You want to try and sell them on the value exchange first. All right, this will help with conversions. And when you sell them on the value exchange first, the only reason somebody would start the two-step order form is because they already know the price. In this example is 27. They're willing to invest that, and so they're going to go into the two-step order form to actually do so and complete payment. All right, now the other thing I will share with you really quickly about order forms, because we talked about this earlier, is that if you want a simple funnel, I like the 3-step funnel. And because it really is just a registration page where you get their contact info or they make payment, and then the thank you page. Optional is the replay page, but that is highly recommended to increase conversions post-webinar, workshop, or masterclass. So it is a 3-step registration page. And you get this question a lot. Dino, what if I want to have an upsell and I want to increase average cart order value? I really like order bumps. Order bumps convert really nicely, especially if you can write a few good lines of copy. An order bump means while they're still in the original checkout process, they are agreeing to purchase additional products from you. All right, so an order bump can replace an entire additional funnel page that would be your one-time upsell. So it's much easier to create. If you decide you're going to do an order bump, the element you're going to use is the actual cart here. All right, so this is the checkout cart. If I click on the checkout cart, remember I can then on the right click on advanced. And this is where I get all the cool options of how I want this cart to look or what information we're collecting, all of those things. If I scroll down, it says right here, enable order bump, and I would click that on. And then it's gonna say add a bump product. This is the additional thing you wanna sell. and you're going to fill out the headline, the OTO, and you can upload an image to get a nice order bump. And if you guys want to see kind of what an order bump looks like, this is for our program and to get access to our AI software. So this is the actual cart. Somebody can go ahead and sign up for 6 months of mentorship with me, the community, the software, everything. All right. Or right here, this is the order bump. For just $197 more, they can double their length of time in software access and coaching access, community access, training access for just $197. So if they click check mark, I want this order bump, then you'll see this is in the order summary. $497 is the original product, but they clicked to add the order bump, which is $197. Now they're checking out for just under $700. So that is, again, the order bump in action. And now I don't have to create an OTO page. All we did was add in this simple little order bump here. If it's a strong, relevant offer, all right, and it matches what your core offer is, and this one really does, then you will see a good take rate on the order bump. And to give you guys a quick tip, if you're like, I have no idea where to start with an order bump, if your offer is a certain duration of access, consider your order bump being a longer duration of access, because we already know if they're signing up, they want 6 months. Well, if you want 6 months, why would you not want to double to 12 months for less than you originally are paying? And so there's an example of a great order bump if you guys needed an example there. All right. And so in GoHighLevel, again, when you click on the cart element on the right, you can click to enable order bump or to turn it off. Same with coupon codes and other cool functions. All right. So we're going to continue down the page. Things and sections that you should have on your funnel page. I like including a little bit of a background story in some way, shape, or form, because stories are 22 times as likely to be remembered than a statistic, which is ironic because that's a statistic. People connect with stories emotionally, which drives purchasing decisions. So I do tell a little bit of a story in terms of how long AI has been here. And the reason I tell this story is because I understand most people are terrified of AI initially. But AI has been around, people don't realize, for decades and decades. Social media algorithms driven by AI, Netflix movie recommendations, video game characters, traffic lights, know when to turn green if you've been sitting at red for a long time, ATM machines, online banking, all this stuff is powered by AI. So I'm really trying to help people understand you've been using AI for a long time. Why wouldn't you learn how to use AI to power your marketing and your business? So think in terms of what's a good little story or real life examples I can share of why this training methodology digital program makes sense. I really like doing that. What the workshop program is about, and then a section where how you know if this is for you. You always should have a section in terms of, hey, this workshop is for you if. Hey, this digital product and course is for you if. And you're going to list the different scenarios where somebody would be a good fit to actually buy your workshop, register for your training, or take your digital course. That's a section that needs to happen. We did talk about a section that needs to happen in terms of benefits. So here are the things you're going to learn, discover, master, become skillful at. And then we want to try to get rid of limiting beliefs and objections. What are the concerns people have? Is this challenging to use, or is it these easy techniques? But kind of reiterating benefits or overcoming objectives is another section here. If screenshots, this is a big one for conversions, guys and gals. Screenshots convert on the internet in 2025 and beyond. Screenshots need to be everywhere. They need to be in your ads. They need to be in your social posts. They need to be on your funnels and landing pages, because we're in this trust revolution. People believe what they see. All right. And so much better than a claim is, let me give you a visual example. All right. So think in terms of screenshots. This section is about you. Who are you as the expert and author? And then again, another recap of here's all of the benefits, the cool things you are going to learn from taking this digital course or product. And if you want to do a behind the scenes video, here's what the product looks like, or here's a quick demo of what our workshops look like. This is a great section for that. Not necessary. Right, we're going to have a couple buttons down the page for taking them right back to the order form. And then again, these are just additional sections that are recapping what is the core offer. What do you have to learn? So you can visually look at this and mimic it. You don't need all the sections. Of course, if you have testimonials, those are going to be critical. Have those on the page. And this section, equally important. What are the most common buyer-related questions or registration questions people have? Very important section to have. Doesn't matter how many times you tell them what's in your course or what's in your workshop, by the way. You need to reiterate here what they are getting because people scroll and skim read funnels, web pages, websites, and they will scroll to frequently asked questions if they can't immediately find what they're looking for in the rest of the content. All right, so those are things that are going to help massively with the funnel in terms of conversions and layouts, elements to actually have on the page. Now, one other thing I want to share with you in GoHighLevel that's important for your funnel pages is here at the top are different options. And the one that you want to pay attention to is SEO metadata. All right, this means anytime you share a link to this page on social media, this is the preview of what will be shown on social media on Facebook, IG, LinkedIn. Otherwise, if people find this on the internet and from Google searching, this is the title of the page, what we'll read in Google search results, and you can upload your social image or the image that's going to go with the title and meta description that you write. Just make sure you click at the bottom here, update SEO meta. It's in blue, a little bit cut off there, but update SEO meta and save always if you want to save the actual updates that you made. So I'm constantly hitting that save button as I go through building the pages. Now, let's talk more about functionality, tags, and other cool things. What you do need to connect to this page, if you're charging $27, $47, $97 for your workshop, or some of our clients end up charging $497 for a workshop, depends on the value of your topic, but you can do so. We need to connect a product to this page. So over here, I'm on funnel step number 1, and this is the page where we ask for $27. If I click on products on the right, we can see that there is a product here. All right, you need to have a product tied to your funnel if you are asking for money, right? If you're asking for somebody to buy. So how do we create a product? On the left-hand tab side under payments, we're going to click there. All right, and then at the top, we're going to click on products. All right, and it's one of these tabs here at the top. But products, this is where you create your various products. So you'll see a bunch of different products created from us at all different dates, times, years, price points, everything else. You're just going to come over here and click on the blue button, Create Product, and you're going to fill out these steps to create your workshop ticket or your digital course product name. You fill in some of the details and you push Save. All right. I'm not going to do that for the sake of time. That's pretty self-explanatory. But that is where you create your product. You need to create your product first. Then you need to tie your product to your funnel. So boom, we have a product created. That was what we did there. I'm going to come back into sites on the left-hand side. All right, I'm going to come back into the particular funnel that we were looking at. And you probably only have one funnel in your GoHighLevel. And here's the first page. Whatever page you're asking them to sign up on, that's the actual registration page, the complete payment page. Make sure you're clicked on that funnel step. And then I'm going to click on products and then add product. And in this example, I'm adding a product. Right here's a drop down. Here's all of my products I can choose from. So you're going to choose the matching product for this funnel, whether it's a workshop or a digital course. All right, and when you do so, then all of a sudden, if you visit this page live, your registration page live, like we just did, it will have your product pulled in. I named this product workshop ticket, and then I gave it the price 27. All of this will be filled out, so your cart is officially live. All right, so really important for you to do that to make all of this functional. All right, now, this we were just looking at playing with the registration page, the opt-in page here for our digital product or course or workshop. You're now going to move to the thank you page and click edit, and you're going to edit the thank you page accordingly as well with your logos, colors, text, buttons, where you want to send traffic after they purchase or register. Same process there. What we are going to look at now is how to create workflows, automations, and do some of that cool stuff there. So how do we send out automated emails, text messages? One of my favorite things that's really important is how do we tag leads? Really, really critical step so that you can begin remarketing to your warmest audience. You don't have to market to everyone in the world. You can remarket to those who have specific tags. We'll show you how to set triggers and how to build a follow-up sequence. So let's do that right now. Back in GoHighLevel, what we are going to do is on the left, we are going to click on automation. It is important for everybody to know that you will have to work with GoHighLevel during your onboarding to set up an email account that is tied to your GoHighLevel account. All right, this will allow you to send emails, and you might even have to warm up that email account first. We're not going to do that in this video. We can do that in another video, but this is assuming you already have your email set up. Now what we are going to do is let me take you through an example mini workshop follow-up funnel. We'll go with this one, mini workshop Maverick registration. All right, we can see 206 people registered for this workshop. I'm going to click into this one just to share with you guys what this flow actually looks like. All right, looks fancy, looks cool because it is fancy and it is cool. It's really not that difficult though. Couple things need to happen. Now, workflow is just an automation so that automated specific actions will occur without you being there. You can be asleep, you could be playing pickleball, you could be traveling. These things are going to happen when somebody buys your digital course or registers for your workshop without you lifting a finger further. So the very first thing we need to do is we need to have a trigger. A trigger is the first domino in the series. What's going to start the chain reaction? All right, so if you click on trigger here, it's going to ask you, what do you want to trigger this automation sequence? And what we really want to have triggered is that this person registered or filled out a specific form. All right, so let me give you guys an example. If I wanted to create a new trigger from scratch, I'm going to say they filled out a form, or if they bought a payment, then it's going to be, is it payment? Maybe it's still form, order form submission. All right, so those are the two different triggers we tend to like using is order form submission. That means they paid you money for a course or a workshop, or form submitted means they're a free lead. They signed up to a free workshop. Forms in GoHighLevel are used with things that are free registration. Order form means they placed a order, they spent money. So have to understand the difference. But I'm going to click on order form submission. All right, this is important. A lot of people mess this up. You need to add a filter because we do not want this automation to always fire. We only want it to fire if they purchased a specific product in a specific funnel, because in the future, you might end up with 100 different products. We don't want it to fire all the time, only when somebody buys a specific product. So this is order form submission. I'm going to add a filter, and I'm going to select a specific funnel or website. All right, this funnel or website we're going to say is this artificial intelligence workshop. That's $27. I'm going to add one more filter, and I'm going to say the page is, for which they filled this out, the opt-in page, or otherwise we might have named that, complete payment page. And I'm going to push save. Now, when somebody is only in the artificial intelligence funnel, and only after they've made payment for an order form, will that trigger everything else that's about to happen. So what do we want to have happen next? Highly recommend you immediately add a tag. All right. The tag should be a manner for which to remember how you would want to categorize this group. So if this was indeed the artificial workshop funnel, I would type in artificial intelligence workshop, and I would type in the date, maybe January 25. Important for you to type in the date as well. Artificial. If it's not already a tag available, then you just click to add new tag, and now it becomes a brand new tag in your system. But now anybody who purchases for $27, they're going to get a tag that they purchased this workshop in January of 25. That's important later because you're going to want to be able to filter. If you end up with 10,000 people in your database, you might at some point in time say, hey, I only want to send out an email to people that are interested in AI. And you could filter by people that registered for your AI workshop. That's why you add tags, is for categorization. I'm just going to delete it for the sake of this sample. Make sure you add a tag based on what they purchased. Now you can click, all right, you can always click on these pluses to add different things. So we can add an SMS if you want to have that go out. You can add an email blast if you want to go out. This will change based on the type of funnel that you are running. For us, this is a workshop funnel or a webinar funnel. So we want an SMS to go out. The SMS says, hey, congrats on registering for our workshop. All right, message me on Facebook, follow me on IG. A great one to say here as well is send me a message with the number one question you have, and I'll answer it on the workshop. Great way to get people to attend your workshops more because they're like, I want to hear what the answer is to that question. But confirm and remind them when the workshop is. Email that should go out right away, right? Should say, hey, congrats, you're registered for the workshop. This workshop was called Mini Workshop Maverick. And so we're telling them in the email, congrats, here are your next steps. Remind them of the date and time of your live training so they don't miss it. Give them a next action step. Join our Facebook group. Follow me on IG. Send me the number one question you have. Respond to this email with the number one question you have. Give them an additional instruction. Now, bonus tip again to increase registrations for any type of live training. Always remind your audience why they should be attending. Always be selling your audience why they should be doing the thing you're asking them to do, especially in the year 2025, moving forward online. What we do here, even though they've already paid us $27, even though we've already reminded them of the date and time of the workshop, we are still selling them on why they should attend the workshop live, right? Here is why you should attend the workshop live, right? 7 or 8 bullet points on cool things that we're going to share with you on the workshop. And you want to keep their excitement level high because people get lazy and busy very quickly and then nobody ends up at your live trainings. So always be reminding people date, time of the workshop, why they should attend the workshop, even after they have registered. That's what you essentially want to be doing in your emails and text messages. And so what is going to happen from this automation? Somebody's going to complete $27 payment. They're going to be tagged so we can keep track of them, what group category they're in. We're sending them email and text message, congratulating them on registering for this live training. All right. And if you want, you can continue to build this out. These actions are going to happen immediately. As soon as somebody buys, this is happening all instantaneously. 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. If you wanted to automate more reminders, you can add in a wait button. And maybe you would wait 2 days. And then you're going to have another email go out to them. Hey, don't forget about the workshop, or remember the workshop's on this date. Just be careful with live events in regards to some people are going to register for your live event 4 hours before the workshop. So you don't want to wait that says 2 days. Just keep in mind, it depends on what type of sales funnel you are running, but the wait item feature here can be super good. Now, really important, you click save in the top right-hand corner, and you flip this little button to publish and on, and that way this is saved, and that way this is published. And very next thing you want to do, and that's basically it. Like workflows, I think they're pretty fun to play around with, and very quickly you'll see how they work. And there's a lot of other features in there if you're using GoHighLevel that you can do with workflows. But make sure you send out reminder emails, text messages, tag, and categorize your leads, and you set the correct triggers. And again, emails, text messages, and your follow-up sequence. All right. Now, you are very close to being able to go live, very close to everything being set. Couple things you want to do. You probably want to integrate your domain or your website with your funnel. That is an option for you. With GoHighLevel, you already have a CRM built in. So really, we're talking about domain setting up your domain with GoHighLevel and connecting your funnel. And again, to do that, we're always going back to our funnel. If you're trying to do something with your funnel, go to your funnel. So I'm clicking on sites on the left-hand sides. I'm under funnels at the top. I'm going into the specific funnel we're working on. And if you're looking for cool additional features like connecting to your domain or adding tracking pixels, it's almost always under settings. So if I click on settings, here on the right is domain. I can add and connect new domains following those instructions there. Now, some other things that are really important to do before you go live. Test your funnel. So be your own first buyer. When you do that, make sure you use a different email than your current system email. So if your email with GoHighLevel is mark@gmail.com, make a purchase with a different email rather than mark@gmail.com. All right, sometimes the testing can get haywire, but test your funnel to make sure it works before you go live with it. Then what you're looking for is that, one, you received payment, so it properly was connected, payment went all the way through to your bank account. You're looking for that. Then you want to check as the user, am I getting the automated emails and text messages, just like a normal customer would? All right, last check a lot of people miss is view your funnel on a mobile device. Make sure the content lays out well and it's just looking sharp on a phone. Half your traffic is going to be on a tablet or mobile phone. I always, before going live, send the funnel to my phone, or I send myself an email actually, and then I check the email on my phone. I pull up the workshop funnel on my phone and I go, does it still look good? Do I need to change font sizes or things of the sort? Which leads me to the last bonus tip here, and we might have a few other additional bonus tips, but the last bonus tip for you all is going to be, and let me hop into this account. The last bonus tip is going to be how to change font sizes on mobile, because that is ultimately how you really optimize for mobile. So if I am wanting to, let me go back into our correct funnel. If I am wanting to optimize font size in the AI funnel, I'm going to click on the page that I'm working on and click on edit. And maybe I looked on my mobile phone and the font is way too gigantic for my mobile phone. I'm going to click on this font. This is the font that is too gigantic on mobile. All right. And the easiest thing to do is at the top. Right now we're looking at desktop view, but click on mobile view. And now I can edit this only for mobile. So that's really important, because now I want to change the font size on the right. Right now it's 33 font. Maybe that's too big. I'm going to go 23 font. And it's going to look much smaller on mobile now. But I'm only changing the font size on mobile here. All right. Any edits you make to desktop, font size wise, it's only going to be to desktop until you go, okay, I want to make font size changes on mobile. If you want, here on the right, you can decide these updates are for both platforms. In terms of these are updates, font size that I want to take place on both platforms. Otherwise, you can just choose a singular platform. That's going to help you make funnels look sharper. All right. Test out your funnel, of course. Be your own first buyer. And now let's talk about the 80-20 rule of optimization and split testing. There's cool split testing that you can do inside of most of these platforms, whether it's GoHighLevel, whether it's System.io or something else. And that happens on this screen here. So when we're looking at funnel steps, if you wanted, you could create a variation of a funnel step. Very seldomly do I do that. This is the first optimization I always look to make if I do not like conversion rates. The 80-20 rule of optimizing any page is your headline. The headline is the cover of a book. If somebody does not like the cover of a book, there is no way they're buying the book, and there's no way they're sitting down to read the book. You have to first sell people on the cover of your book. Your headline is the summary, is the cover of your entire book. When we don't like conversions for a digital product page, this is the first thing we optimize, is the headline. All right, and then we work on sub-headlines afterwards. But this really, we have literally seen conversion rates double or massively increase because we wrote a better headline. You can always go over to ChatGPT and ask it for better versions of that headline, but that's the 80-20 rule for you there. And so that's what we have for you guys, step by step, how to build a digital product sales funnel or a workshop webinar sales funnel and you can do so in GoHighLevel or System.io for free. I hope this training was helpful, guys. If it was, leave questions, comments down below. Happy to do more step-by-step trainings to help you guys master building digital products, making passive income, growing your online coaching and or consulting business.